Hello, I'm talking about the book Waking the Tiger by Peter Levine. I already heard the audio version maybe 2 years ago, and ever since it has been influencing me and kept motivating me working to discover and heal my own trauma and help others to do so in my practice. I highly love this book and the content, and I absolutely admire Peter Levine. I've seen him in so many podcasts now, interviews, and I just adore his warm-hearted, absolutely human and intelligent and wise way of looking at the world, and also his spirituality. I love that he puts this frame from the power of the instincts in our intelligent body that wants to keep us alive and make us survive, to the spiritual side of us as a human in a person, and as humans in society. So he actually writes about the importance of healing trauma. First discovering it, he describes what it is, but especially the healing trauma for oneself and for society, for him, must have been a big issue. He points that out a lot. In his book, he also gives away lots of practical advice, and he talks about his work with the patients and also for emergency moments. What I really love is his definition about trauma. He says trauma has the potential to be one of the most significant forces for physiological, social, and spiritual awakening and evolution. That really thrilled me, because I've heard this before, that this connection from trauma to spirituality, and I really think and believe that releasing trauma imprints in the body can be a highly awakening event, as I've experienced it myself a few times already. So to me, it was very important to realize that I had been traumatized. And in the definition by Peter Levine, trauma is the residue of compacted energy that is stored in the body tissue that should have been relieved in a moment of overwhelming, when our nervous system charged energy to make sure that we were able to survive. In the animal world, it would have been fighting or fleeing. And there is also this third response. It would be the freezing response, when there would be no way of either run or fight. Then the animal or the human might still put themselves kind of dead, but with an overload of charge of energy, but with the impossibility to move and discharge it. So in the animal world, Peter Levine describes it really, really well. Animals would normally discharge their energy in a normal way, but in our society as humans, and especially with our brain, our thinking brain, where we can kind of control things that animals can't, for us it apparently is very, very much much more difficult to discharge this energy in our body. So we need to do something about it. Most people don't even know that they are traumatized. Like, I didn't know it for decades of my life. I always thought that so many of my disabilities and problems, and physical and mental problems that I had, I thought were just part of my I don't know, way of being or character style or whatever. But knowing that so many things are just being linked to overwhelming situations, especially in my childhood, and imagining that happened to so many other people as well, helps me to open up my heart so much more, and gave me so much more understanding and empathy, and also courage to deal with this kind of situation with myself and my clients and my family and my friends and my partner, and be of help for myself and for others. So this for me is really, really important, and I'm so glad that this book again helped me so much more, as a few other books in my life did. But this is, I would say, one of the big five that really, really keeps influencing me, and I know that I will have to read this book again. What did I point out for myself? Yeah, the tiger. I normally took the tiger in the title, the symbol of the tiger. To me, in the beginning, I thought it's the force that we did not uncharge, that is still discharged, but I also think it's the beast that we originally would have wanted to run away from or fight against. So those two symbols, the one stands for the animal side, the wild side, and the other one for the spiritual side, that makes a human a hero once he really manages to fight the tiger or run away and save his life. I think this is a really good analogy for Peter Levine's way of thinking on towards trauma. He's talking about the 4 stages of trauma, that how we can define them in people. He says that when we go through hyperarousal, constriction, dissociation, and helplessness, that is trauma. So we can find that in people. He talks about awareness. He defines it as experiencing the presence without wanting to change it. And he's working with the felt sense, especially. And what do I have here? Yeah, this is also wonderful. I like it when he describes the hero's journey as he says, the hero's journey proceeds one little step at a time. I have to say, I really love this quote. As to me, the hero always would have been such a, or the heroic state would have been such a huge thing to happen, like really fighting the dragon, or doing really, really huge, big things, overwhelming things. And he says, no, it's just one step at a time. And with gentleness, and we shouldn't try to force it, and we should take it easy and take it slow. And he's really encouraging this warm and gentle, soft way of addressing this powerful energy that has so much power to make us survive and make us do things like lifting up a car that we would have normally never had the strength, the physical strength, or the courage to do so. So I love this way, this attitude towards it. And working with the felt sense can either be so gentle but also so powerful. And I do make this experience almost daily in my practice, as I combine touch with breath and sound, and working with the felt sense. And I have to say, I was quite successful in the past with my patients, and I have not done too much for myself. I mean, it kept working anyway, but I'm so much more encouraged now to work deeper with myself, and I do feel that the book works with me already. It says in the beginning, read it slow, and probably read it too fast. It kind of feels like it opened up the box, Pandora's box, and a lot of things keep popping up now from my childhood and make me facing them, and hopefully really, really working them out. What else did I want to say? Yeah, I also love this quote. The past doesn't matter when we learn how to be present. So Peter Levine also says that it's not so important that we memorize everything we went through, because memory isn't such a reliable source anyhow, as it is linked to the survival mode. So it can also sometimes be really misleading. So it's kind of what do you say? It actually relaxes me to know that we don't have to know everything, especially when it comes to trauma. And it's not important to know it for the release. It's just important to be present in the moment, feel it, and be able to touch it with the heart, with the breath, and give it a chance to discharge little drop by drop, little drops, one drop at a time. He also says all physical acts must be carried out to their completion. So it is very important that we take the responsibility and also the wanting to heal our own trauma, especially also because we will be such a strong help for other people that maybe don't need our words, but our example, our lived freedom that hopefully eventually comes. And this is what Peter Levine is very positive about, that we can all heal our trauma to the absolute point where it is really gone, and we can be free. We can be free of anything that in the past overwhelmed us and forced us to relive the situation again and again in our bodies, hold the tension, and not being able to take free decisions because our three brains, the reptilian, the mammalian, the emotional brain, and the frontal brain, like intellect, emotions, intuition and instinct don't work together. As Peter Levine says, they should be working together to make sure that we can live a full life as a human and give a good example in our society and help others. So I think I need to stop now because time's over. Yeah, there would have been a lot of other things, but this is what I had to say for the moment. And thank you for making me read this book once again and talk about it. I do my best to carry on like this. Thank you.